Thanks, everyone. Senator Lee does send his best. As Suzanne mentioned, he was at the service today for Justice Scalia. And, you know, Justice Scalia was not only a lion of the law, he was not only an extraordinary jurist, he was someone who was a fierce defender of the Constitution. He understood that words have meaning and meaning matters. He also showed us that being just a good jurist isn't the best way to make a difference in the world. He showed more so by the way he acted and the way he treated other people, the things that actually matter most. His ability to reach out to colleagues who were on the opposite side of the political spectrum and create not only understanding but real, genuine friendship is a great example for all of us to follow. He challenged all of us to listen to our better angels and to realize that in the United States of America, oneness is not sameness, and that is where we draw our strength. And I think as Republicans, as we enter 2016, we do need to be focused on winning converts and not burning heretics. Down in South Carolina, just yesterday, Senator Lee said that we really need to understand as Republicans that anger is not an agenda, that frustration is not a platform, and cynicism is not even conservative at all. And so it's time for all of us to expect more, not less. Over the last 7 years, we have been conditioned over and over and over again to settle, to just settle. This is just the way things are. We've settled because we've had some politicians who did not keep the promises they made when they ran. We've learned to settle with trillion-dollar deficits. We've learned to settle that our military is in decline. We've learned to just settle that the American dream is not what it once was. I'm convinced that our best days are ahead of us, and it's time not to settle, not to expect less. It's actually time for us to expect more. And that's what Senator Lee has been trying to do in Washington, is to get people to recognize that we can no longer settle for a president that is oppressive and overbearing and overreaching at home and demonstrating weakness abroad. We have to not settle for a president who is going to legislate with a cell phone and a pen, but we need to expect Congress to do their job. We need to stop settling for things that don't matter. In this election year, we can't settle for hype and spin. We need to get our candidates to be specific. We can't settle for sideshows. We need to expect serious debate and meaningful dialogue on the issues of our day. And we also need to recognize that in the middle of all of this, it's so easy to focus on the who of what's going on nationally. Who's on the stage, who's dropping out of the presidential race, who's got the cool campaign bus. But often that keeps us a very comfortable distance from the what and the who that really matters. And it's the people sitting in this room tonight that matter. It's the mom sitting at home tonight working on homework for the third hour in a row with a child who's behind. Who matters is a dad who takes time to teach. It's a student who's questioning and willing to learn. It's the believers of all faiths who know that their rights do not come from a federal government but come from their God. It's time to expect more from each other. It's time for us to expect more from our country. And so in expecting more, we have to do more so that we can be more. You see, it's the voices that are in this room tonight that will change the nation. It's not a voice in Washington, it's your voice. And your voice needs to be heard, whether it's at a microphone, in a megaphone, or on your smartphone. You have something to say, because you are the people who move the movement. You are the ones who make a difference every day. You are the ones that should deserve and get a better nation and a better country. But we have to expect more. And with all the doom and gloom that we get peddled from Washington elites and the pundits on the television, we have to recognize that this is an extraordinary country with an amazing future ahead of it. but we've been here before. The early patriots, they didn't settle for taxes and tyranny and intrusion. They expected more. Reagan didn't settle for the status quo and doing what everyone said couldn't be done. He expected more. And then they went out and they did more. And that's our challenge. They did their part, so we can do ours. Thank you.